Hello, children of God. It's nice to see you again. As per our discussion on self discovery, I want us to examine the concept of God today. There are different concepts of God and different perception about the concept of God. Were the genesis of formation of different religions all over the world. The way the concept of God is being perceived in India is different from China. And that of China is different from that of the Jews, and so on and so forth. But for this purpose, I want us to examine the characteristics of God and his deeds in the Old Testament of the Bible, and I want us to match it together with characteristics of a God. God is omnipresent. God is omniscient. God is omnibenevolent. And God is all-powerful God, supremely good God, all-knowing God, all-wise God, and so on and so forth. But for the benefit of those that needs to be awakened in the journey of your self-discovery, you need to understand who this God actually is. Now let's go on to show you some things in the Bible. Let's go to the book of Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. The Bible recorded that God said, "Let us create man in our image, after our likeness." This statement signified that there was no one God present in that place. There are some other gods, probably the subordinate, because he was not actually talking to himself. He was talking with some people. Say, "Let us create in our image." It means man that was supposed to be created is going to be the image of not image of one person, in our image. So this failed the test of a supreme God. It failed the test of all-knowing God. Now let's go. When you go to the book of Exodus chapter number 20 verse 3, when the law was given to Moses, it was written, "Thou shalt not have any other gods," plural, "before me." This statement signifies acknowledgement of some other God. He acknowledged the presence of some other gods. It means these gods were into rivalry. How do you know they were into rivalry? When you go to verse 5, he said, "I am a jealous God." So jealousy breeds hatred. Jealousy is a sign of inferiority complex. Suddenly you are just jealous. You are just being fearful. The fear of you are going to lose something. The fear of being rejected. And he was so serious about jealousy because he highlighted severe punishment for anybody that dare have some other gods. This also fails the test of all-powerful God that creates the heavens and earth. Now let's go. We're going somewhere today. When you go to the book of Genesis, chapter number 3, verse 22. And the Lord said, "Behold, man has become like one of us." You know, those people that actually said, "Let us create man in our image," Now, in this chapter number 3, verse 22, now said, they have become like one of us, knowing good and evil, because they have eaten the tree of knowledge of good and evil. This is a confirmation that before Adam and Eve ate the fruit, they didn't have the knowledge of good and evil. So this also signified that evil has been in existence even before the creation of Adam and Eve. Now, he said, they have become like one of us. So man suddenly become like God, and God was jittery. God was afraid. He said, before this man will lay hold on the tree of everlasting life, let us send him away. That is a God. That's a God that was filled with insecurity. A God that was afraid that this man too is becoming like one of us. That does not pass the test of all-powerful God. And it does not pass the test of all-knowing God. That's the God they describe to us in the Bible, in the Old Testament. Now let's go. When you go to Samuel, 1 Samuel chapter 15, you read from verse 2 to 3. When Samuel anointed Saul as the king, he said in verse 3 that the Lord said unto him that Saul should go to Amalek, that is a city, the Amalek, that should go and destroy everybody, kill them, even the baby, suckling babies that are suckling breast. Kill both animals, kill everything. Don't spare anything, just go kill them. That's the God. That is why today I don't blame those people that have reduced their own God to hire killer. Because you see some people in their church, that is the only prayer they know how to pray. God, kill them, destroy them, send your thunder to their father's house, to their mother's house, destroy them, send your sword, everything will go and bomb them. Who has been with you? You need to come to your senses. That cannot be the God that created the heavens and earth. Because the characteristics of God is all-merciful God. He doesn't need to send somebody if you actually want to destroy a place. He doesn't need to go and give instruction. There were earthquakes happening, natural disasters everywhere. You just go to... So I don't know. Now tell me, what is the difference between this God and the God of Boko Haram that goes about and tell people, yes, we are killing because of our God? Self-discovery. You have to know the concept of God you believe in. Now let's go. I'm going somewhere. Now, 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 10 to 11. I want you to read it. God said, He repented me that I've set up Saul to be a king. That is a regret. He regretted he made Saul a king. What kind of a God is that? That will do something and will now say, oh, it was a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. That also negates the test. It also negates the characteristics of all-powerful God or all-knowing God. Now, the last one I want us to look at. You will see this one is 1 Kings chapter number 22. From verse 5 to 6, then you go to 19 to 22. Where God wanted to destroy one king, Ahab, and he didn't know what to do, he now called emergency meeting, the host of heaven, and they were now deliberating how to destroy a king. So one now stood up. He said, I will go and be a lying spirit in the mouth of his prophets. This man had 400 prophets. And God said, yes, go. A lying spirit in the presence of God. And God gave him the permission to go and destroy a king, to go and become a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. What a God. This God in this place is not the God that created heaven and earth. This actually failed the characteristics of a God that is all-knowing, all-powerful, a God of wisdom. Because this place signifies a helpless God that needs suggestions, that need people to tell him what to do. And they could not do anything that inviting a lying spirit. And with the contradiction of that, when you go to Proverbs chapter 12, verse 22, the Bible says that lying lips are abomination to the Lord. But in this place, a lying spirit actually stood up and had permission to perform his lying activities, and God said, go. So today, I just want to leave you here. I want you to think and say, what is that concept of God that you have in mind? Because the concept of God that you have at heart will actually determine the kind of person you are. On your journey to self-discovery, we are going to teach you the real God, how you relate to the real God inside of you, how you can actually get what you want from your God inside of you. And for those of you that somewhat believe in your prophet, go and read that place again. 400 prophets was misled by a lying spirit from God. Thank you as you listen. See you some other time, and I'm going to teach you more. We're going to examine the concept of God according to Jesus Christ. Then from there, we pick it up, we continue. God bless you. See you some other time. Bye.